Guys, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Manthan.
Yeah, thank you. Just wait for 1 more minute and then we'll start. Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys, I am sharing my screen and we'll start. Let me know once you see my screen. So I am on Workday login page.
Yes, we are able to see.
Okay, thank you. So since we are starting the session with the issues and then into Q&A. If you guys have any queries or concerns, we'll first discuss that, because last time we extended a session, but we were not able to take the questions of everybody. So it's better that if you can ask me your queries or concerns, or else I have my questions handy with me and I'll continue with that. Let me know how do we proceed with this. Okay, let's take some hands-on experience, which is like irrelevant with the interview point of view. So even this question, which says 26, it says, can you tell me any complicated calculations you have done by using calculated field and explain that report? Okay, so this is very common question. Like, I think this comes in every interview. If you say that you are a report champion, you have worked on reporting tool, and you have created number of reports. So yes, reports and calculated field goes hand in hand. Okay, if you say that you know report, so it is understood that you also know the calculated field. Okay, when I say calculated field, that doesn't mean that you should use only one function and then okay with that. When I say calculated field, it's like we have to make sure that we use multiple calculated field to achieve the output. So we'll start with one example. in our report, since we have already created a report, we'll use the same report, and then I'll give you the requirement first. So let's say I have to get the total. I'm giving you the requirement. Everyone knows that the in system time and time off is updated in the system, right? So there are number of time offs. I can have privileged leave, I can have casual leaves, I can have planned leave, I can have any other kinds of leave. But my requirement is I need the total number of planned leave taken by an employee. So there are multiple leaves are there, but when I say I need only total of one count of leave. So when I say one count of leave means obviously I'll have to create a condition. So first thing will come, I'll have to create a true or false. So when I say true or false, I have to get the calculated field true or false in such a way that out of multiple leaves, I can get the only one kind of field. That is there. But how do you understand which business object? Because when we create calculated field, business object plays vital role, right? Because that business object should be used by or should be available under your data source primary business object. If your primary business object and the business object which you are creating on the calculated field is not matching, then you won't be able to get that field into the report. So the basic logic is like you have to first identify whether which business object will be used in my calculated field. If you are doing that, then only you'll be able to use that calculated field, or else you won't be able to get. So we need to first understand the concept of primary business object, related business object, and the data source. Once we understood these three concepts, then we'll be in good shape to create our calculated field. So let me take you through that. So last week we have created one report called employee headcount. Let me look into that. So RD employee headcount. Yeah, this is our report. Let me view the definition of this report. Okay, in this definition, we are only using employee ID, worker, and job profile. All these fields are associated with business object called worker. This worker is primary business object, right? Now, if I say, now here my requirement is I want to get the time of information. If I take time of total, it will not show up in worker. Let me try and do that. Let's say I'm trying to get the time of information from worker business object. So yes, I am on edit mode. Now let me use primary business object, and here I'll say time off. Sorry. Okay. See, here I'm getting all the time off approved and pending, time off back balance, time off balances. I'm getting all these fields, but my criteria is altogether different. I'm saying I need the calculated field to only capture the time of type of privileged leave. I don't want any other leave total to be printed on my output. Now, if this is a requirement, so obviously this is very sure that worker and time off will not work there, because you have not given the, or you have not considered the condition in this field. So if you want that condition, obviously, if anything, we need to do some sort of calculations. Obviously, calculated field comes in place. The fundamental requirement for calculated field is the delivered workday field. So any calculations or any calculated field will do, we require a delivered workday field. So now we have to identify which delivered field we should use to do the calculation. So we need to identify that. How do you identify now? See, creating a calculated field, understanding concept is very easy. I understand. If I say that, let me open here. If I go here, this may take time. If I go here and just type a create calculated field, you'll say that, okay, a single instance will give the single instance, multiple instance will give the multiple instance. That is there. Understanding the function is, everyone knows. Since I know that you have gone under training, so you would be in good shape to understand that. But the challenge over here is to understand which business object to take so that we can get into the workers. So that understanding actually takes time. So let me make you walk you through the process of defining which business object to be taken to get the desired output. Now we'll understand that concept, and then if you understood that, then we'll be able to create the calculated field. Since this is taking time, let this open first. So now I got to know that okay, direct field, there is no delivered field which will give me the total. So worker is not gonna give me the worker is not gonna give me the desired output. Let me see here which business object shall I take. Now, how do you identify which business object you're gonna take? So there is a report called, let me cancel this, I'll tell you the shortcuts. Okay, it's open. So there is a report called business object and you put worker. Why worker? Because my primary business object is worker. See, I can use this primary business object to understand which all business object I can use in my report. So I have opened a report called business object worker. So it says there are 5723 fields which include calculated fields as well. These are the direct field which I can use when I'm using worker as business object. Just now we saw that if let me filter on this name and I'll just put time off. I'll just put time off. So there are 45 results. Let me get into that. So first I'll identify, is there any direct field available to get my output? So these are the all direct field which are directly linked with worker business object. So there are 45 items. So first I'll identify that. All eligible time of plans for worker. This is eligible plan. I don't want plan. All eligible time of for worker. It says return all time of plans that worker is eligible for. This is eligibility. Return all time of plans the worker is eligible for as of date. Okay. Then we'll see that which one we should use. Eligible time of plan for worker, again that is the same. Full time of days, return the pay period. Okay, I'm just reading it fast so that I can create it one. Return the time of request for the worker, approved, pending and in the current open pay period. Okay, this will give me according to pay period. I am not considered on the pay period. So let me move on. Completed time of detail, contain time of line item detail approved for an employee. Okay, this is something which I am able to use. But here it says it can give me all the time off. Here I can get the time of all the time off, whether privilege leave, whether a casual leave or any, let's say there are a different kind of out of office leave. So there are different kinds of leave. But my requirement is I want only privilege leave to be considered and I want the total of that. How do you do that? Now you've identified that even though if you're using this, this is not going to suffice. Or let me use this field. Let me use this field. Okay, I'll copy. Just wanted to show how you start building a calculated field. Since this field is here in the field, so let me take worker. Okay, I'll put that field here. Okay, let me look out for specific folks, or else what will happen, my report will take time to run. So under filter, I am just saying that I am interested to get, sorry, location for San Francisco, so that my report will not take much time to give me the output. So just to avoid running time, I am just taking this, and here I am saying San Francisco. So there are these many San Francisco. Let's use this and get the output. So first I have identified that whether is there any delivered field which I can achieve my output. So let me run this. Okay, it says David Buckley. Okay, in this location only David Buckley is there. Let me choose another location. I want at least 4 or 5 employees so that we can test. We can validate whether our output is giving the correct value or not. So let me use one more San Francisco. Let's run and see. Okay, let me run this. See, there are these many instances. So here I am in good shape to understand that I am getting list of all the records. See here it says Logan McNeil has taken 163 plus 5. So 168 items as her leave type. Okay, these are the completed details. If I click here, I'll get to know. So I am somewhere close to it. I am somewhere close to the requirement. So first I've identified the field. Now I'm drilling down. So it says approve. So yes, I've got this one. This one is like clear. Now my requirement is not to get the instances. My requirement is to get the count of hours. How many number of hours Logan McNeil has taken till date, and that too for a specific period or specific time of plan. So here I'm close to this. Now let me drill down my report again. So whenever you have created any report, make sure that you give the same report experience to your interviewer, because when you say that you have created, you know the in and out of that report. Okay. So better, it could be simple or tough. You say that this is what I've got as a requirement and I delivered this. So sharing your experience matters to the interviewer, that it's not that what you have, what your friend had did and you know that. So it's better that you share always your experience. So I have got this time off completed. Now the big task is how do you achieve to create calculatable. This was what which is being delivered by Workday. You did that, but your delivered thing is not going to suffice the requirement. Now we are very much clear that okay, by using the delivered field is not going to help us. Now what to do? Now if you see this report, it says there are these many fields. There is one more concept called related business object. What does a related business object mean? Related business object means a child table. If I say in SQL terminology, it is a child table. This is my primary table. Okay, so the primary table in Workday is primary business object. Child table in Workday is related business object. Means all these child table are somehow linked with my primary business object. That means I can use 542 of all these business object in my worker report. So let me just in the business object filter out the time off, because my target is to get the data associated with time off. So there are time of entry, time of event. So see, time of event which is closer to me means time of event, what will happen? All the events which are tagged to time off means if anytime if I approved, if my transaction is pending, I'll be able to get that. So first let me identify. Plan is the plan. I'm not interested in this. Let me just filter out this. So I've got to know that, see, links to related business object means I can use this business object to get my output. So let me use this field in my report. So if I go here, this is my business object. I can use this. Just read the definition of this. It says click here, and this says number of links. So let me use this link. It says that if I've used time of request, time of event is the related business object which I can use. Let me read the definition also. Wait, let me just read the definition. Which field is there? So it's saying if you are using worker, there is a time of request. Time of request is here. Let me use. There are 22 items. See, time of request. So how do you identify that? You've been here, you got this time of, which is the related options. You go here and it says, if you are using time of request, you will be getting this field. Okay. So just go here. You have added time of request. Okay. Now read the definition. What does that mean? It says contain the time of request approved for an employee. So approved means all my transaction, whether it is time of balances, whether it could be my privileged leave or casual leave or any other kind of leave, bereavement leave, I can get that. But now my requirement is to get only leave which is privileged leave or any other leave. So let me go back, and if I go here, let me just read this. Which business object is going to give me? This is business object worker. Related business object is time of event. If I wanted to create some calculated field, I'll use time of event, and now I'll create a calculated field. Let me just do that. Let's say which all field I'm getting. I'm first identifying whether Workday delivered field is there to give me the desired output. We'll see that. Time of request. approved by worker or as of time. Let me just put time off. Let me see what output I'm getting if I'm using time off. Here is my report. Let me just refresh the same page so I'll get the output. Absence request. So here I'm getting the event, which is like I'm close to it. That it is saying that all the time of event which Logan McNeil has applied, I'm getting that. So I just want the total of this count. So how do I do it? I have to create a calculated field. So now the task is for creating a calculated field, create calculated field. Enter. Now, what is the business object you're gonna choose? You'll give some name. Let's say TF time off instead of sick. I'll say I want. Okay, first we'll go to Logan McNeil's profile and we'll see that how many time offs she has applied or what are the type of time offs which she is applied. So I'll go to Logan McNeil's profile. Time off will show under time off section if it has a time off and time off balances. Let's just see that. So it says she is eligible for getting these many time offs. Time off tracks in days, in hours. Okay, so she is eligible for days as well as plan, as well as in hours. So we'll have to identify it is as per the requirement. So let's say I'm considering focus on how many number of hours she has taken a leave. So we have to understand which leave we have to consider. Let's say I'm saying I want this plan, GD1 PTO plan. I just wanted to know that how many number of hours which she has taken if she applied for this plan. So let me just copy. Now I have to consider this. Now I'll go here, time of event. Here function first, true or false I have to do. Let's say time of plan. So first I'll identify the plan. Okay, 1 second. Let's not do this way. So I want the total. Okay, I want the total of the plan. Let's say I'll take first worker. Okay, how do I get the total? So there is one task in the calculated field called sum related instance. Okay, sum related instance, what system will do? System will run sum the related instance. So I just want the sum of that. Here, which field I want? I want time off. So I'll just put time off. See, time of completed details, time of details, time of approval. So there are these many fields which I can use. So depending upon my requirement, time of completed detail. Read the details of this first. Contain the time of line item details approved by an employee. Okay. I'll use this. Now, see here you get one concept called time of entry. So now, if you want to have a condition put here, you will create a calculated field under time of entry. Then only you can use your condition. So you understand this. When you see, I've used the calculator because I need worker because my primary business objective is worker. So if I'm not using worker, I won't be able to use this field in my report. So I use worker, I can use this. Now I'm saying time of completed details. I need the completed details. So I've chose this, but here, if you see what sum it has to be do. If I do all instance, what will happen? System will give me sum of all the instances. But my requirement is I don't want all the instances. I want a specific instance which is there. I want a specific instance called GD1 PTO plan. I only need this plan. So if I need that, I have to create a calculated field. What should be the business object if I wanted to create a calculated field? Business object should be time of entry. Now I'll just duplicate this step and create one more calculated field under time of entry. You're getting it right? How I am linking my one field to another field. So here I'll use time of entry. I'll give a name so that I can understand. So what I follow, I'll tell you that. CF stands for calculated field. This is true or false. So I'll use function called true or false. What I'm doing, plan is equal to GDPTO plan. Let me just go here and create true or false. Okay, so this way you will understand what plan you are creating it. The plan is not that just put time off. So here there are different fields. So I just have to time of entry. Let's see what does this say. So we have to first read the definition. Time of entry for the time of request line item. Let me just see in the selection list, and here I'll put whether I'm getting the time of plan or not. No, so this is not the correct field. So first I have to drill into that. So time of what does this say? Return the time of event which includes the time of entry. Let me just see. I just have to drill down and understand the field. So this is what it takes. So when I say I have worked on calculated field, it is not readily available to you. You just have to drill down and understand that which field is going to give you the correct value. So that's what I'm doing. I've taken this, I've considered this request. And let me just drill down and see what appropriate time of fields which is there here to use. Time of, let me just drill down tab. What does this say? Let me read this. The timer for the event, example, vacation timer for a salary. Okay. I think this will give me some requirement or helpful thing. So I'll use this. I think this will give me what kind of plan it is there. Time off. What is the plan name? I'll just go to profile and look here. It says GD1 PTO plan. Absence plan. Let me just go back here and see time off and leave request. Let me just validate that which plan actually I'm looking into it. So she is available. These are the plan which she is applicable. She has taken. So vacation. Let's consider vacation now. Let me change this. Why? Because here I can see that vacation, so that we can validate this. If I get the output, I'll just validate from here and get the output whether I am getting the correct value or not. So let's say I'm considering vacation here. Okay, what is the plan? I'll just have to understand that one more time. This is coming. Let's go back and just understand this. What does this mean? Okay, US vacation time of salary and US vacation sell hours. And what does this is? This is US vacation time of salary. Let me just get this. Okay, so I took the wrong one. Now this is the correct one. So I am saying that time off should be this only. If I look at Logan's profile, she has taken all the different kinds of field. But my requirement is to only get the vacation total. I don't want everything. And now if you see that this is only for Logan McNeil, but I want all the employees who are eligible for this. So I have created a true or false. Now once I have created a true or false, so see, you understand the concept. Why I have taken time off entry? Why not worker? Because let me just save this first, or else it will go off. So the basic fundamental while creating calculated field, we need to make sure that how we can relate our business object with related business object. If you know that concept, then calculated field becomes very easy. So let me just copy this and put it here. Now what will happen? Based on this condition, okay, I'll have to change this name because this is misleading. So let me just change the name, right? Because I have considered the other plan. So name itself can mislead. So please make sure that you give the name in proper format so that not even you, if anyone is looking into this field, we should be able to understand that. So I'll edit this and I'll say this plan is itself is changing. Sorry. Let me get this plan copied from here, copy, and I'll put it here. Okay. Since I've updated that, now I'll get the one field to sum. Which field you want to sum? Let's say, just first click into R, we'll get to know. I need this field. I am very much clear. I need requested hours. So I can directly put here requested hours. Sorry. Or here, there is field name is quantity. Reported quantity. Okay. So here, if you see, it is requested, but in Workday terminology, it is quantity. So I know that that's the reason I said, since you are a beginner, you may take time to understand this. So this is reported quantity. So now let me create this. I have used some related instance. I have put my condition based on my related business object, which I can get it from here. Now let me use this field. Save.
Manthan, we can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Wait. Now, sorry about that. You can see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I have just created a field. Let me use this field in my report to get the output. Let me go back. I'll edit this. Since this report I have earlier created, so I'll go here. Now you remember, if where I have created calculated field, you need to understand the concept. You need to understand the concept. I have created calculated field under worker. So where this field will be available? This field will be available on workers business object. So now here I will not take this. I'll take worker. Or else better the other approach. I'll just click on this plus sign. I'll get the worker automatically listed down. Okay, plus. So I've got this worker. So I'll use here calculated field now. I've chose the wrong one. This is my calculated field. Even this name is misleading. I'll update that. Now let me see the output. What does it is saying? Now I have added the calculated field. Let me run and get the output. And we'll validate also. We'll see that whether the output which we are getting is correct or not. This is for Logan McNeil, and here I'm getting 0, which is wrong, right? This should not be the case. If I'll total here, if I'll take the sum of it, if I'll take the sum of Logan McNeil, let me do the first testing here. So I'll just complete this in Excel. I'll see that what went wrong. We have taken all the field, but what went wrong? Why it is not giving me the correct value? We'll validate that as well. So let me validate what should be my expected result. So as you know that we first have to do I have considered this vacation, right? Only vacation has to be there in the fact. So I'll just filter this requested hours. So I should get 1184 as the result for my thing, because if I have did validation, it is saying that the vacation hours which Logan McNeil has taken is 1184. I want this output to be there in my Excel. But here, if you see in my report, I am not getting the correct output. So I have taken the field, but not getting the correct output. So obviously there is some issue with my calculated field. Now, how do you drill down into that? So you have taken some related instance. You have created a calculated plan. Here you say you need a reported quantity. Now, if it is not getting, let's try and use and see what is wrong. Why we are not able to see this. I'll just rename this vacation plan. Time of completed detail. Let me see if my calculated true or false is wrong or not. So I'll first do this and now I'll refresh and check. So now if you are not able to get, it's better to break your calculated field, use that in report and see whether that is giving you the correct value or not. So now if I should get a total, see again I'm not getting a total. That means this sum related instance is not giving me the correct value. See, I've used this all instances also, and I'm able to see this Logan McNeil data is not showing up here, which is not the correct one. Let me just drill down here. Now I'll have to see what I have taken, what I've considered wrong. So let me edit this. Now I'll see time of event. Let me use that. Or just filter that with other time of. I have taken completed. Completed is not giving me the correct value. So I should not use this. Let me see time of plan, time of unit, time of requested. Okay. Let me use this time of requested. This is time of event, and true or false is time of entry. Okay. Let me try and figure out whether by using this if I'm getting correct or not. Time of total units. Okay. Let me use this and I'm just validating first. I've used this. Let me refresh and check whether I'm getting the correct value or not. So 1334. I'm close to that. 1334 is the total number of plans. Means if I've used this, see now I'm validating this, guys. Please understand how I'm validating I'm doing the manual testing as well. 1134. Let me, my Excel is open. Let me filter that out. Now let me just total it and see how it is. 1134. That means here I'm getting the correct value. The only thing is I need only vacation plan. Okay, I need only vacation hours. Now, if you see this, I am close to that. Now, calculated field, here I have to add a condition. Now, this time you see, my related business object has changed. Means the calculated field which I have earlier created is not going to suffice. I have to create a calculated field under time of event. Where I have created under time of entry, which is wrong. So now I have to create another calculated field by using time of event as a business object. So let me copy this. I'll create one more calculated field. So there are multiple ways to do so. I'll go here and I'll say create calculated field. Since I've copied my business object, I'll put it here. First thing first. Now again, I'll give CF. I'm creating true or false. What is this? Time of event is equal to vacation. Okay. Put it here, true or false. Done. Now I'll create true or false. Now I need time of. Time of entry, time of event. Wait. Now I should choose the correct one wherein I can get the time of. So I need only vacation hours. So where I can get that time of entry. Let me see that if I can get that. I think I have chose this, but this was not going to help. Let me just put. No, this is not going to give me correct value. No. Let me use time of event. Time of event. Time of event. Let me see. Or else I can read the description and get it there. I think this is not going to give me the correct value as well. No. me just do time of absence table or time of event. What does this mean? Let me read this. It says time return the absence table or time of associated with the time of entry recorded by a time of event. Let me just see this if I can achieve by this. Vacation, what is that? Okay, just take the correct value. This is let me put my calculated field here just to avoid confusion. Okay, let me use this field under my condition and we'll run the report again. Edit. This time I'll say instance. I'll put here. Okay, save. Now let me run and see the output. This time we are sure. If you are not getting the output, so there is issue with my true or false condition. 2108. Is this the correct value? Let me see this. We have considered only requested. We have considered vacation. Let me take the output. Sorry. 1184. How much I am getting? 1284 means there are some pending events also system is considering. If I see here, see it is 1184. There is nothing wrong with that, but I can put one more condition because what is happening? Logan McNeil's have applied for leave and that leave is also pending for an approval. How do you check that? So first, let me drill down to Logan's profile. Let me drill down to Logan's profile. This is Logan. Let me go back to her worker history. So I'm validating why my output is giving me not giving the correct value. Let me go back. I'll go to worker history. Since this is data is associated with time off, so I'll just look out for time off. I'll go to worker history by category. Here is time off and leave. See what has happened. Since she has applied for these many kind, maybe it is also considering denied and cancelled. How do we identify? Again, we just have to see whether why my report is not giving the correct value or why it is giving the correct value. So let me do that. If not, then we'll add one more condition. I know how to identify this. So I have considered this, calculated this into an Excel. Let me open this Excel. Now let me get the total of this 1390, but here I'm not getting the list of. Okay, let me just have this as well. I'll filter this out. Successfully completed. Let this be. This is 54. How much is I'm getting in my report? This is 1208. And what should be the actual count? I think we are close to that. So we need to just remove. We need to have status is equal to successful completion. Let me see. See, there are status has got three things: successful, completed, denied, cancel. I think our report is considering cancelled and denied also to get into the output. So let's say that I need only successful completion. What is this? This is status. So where do I add this? I'll add here. I'll add my condition in my condition field that I only need the approved transaction, not the denied and cancel. Since we know that field, it is status, cancelled, denied, failed, in progress. Let me say if we have status is successful, completed. Okay, since this is a true or false field, so I'll say equal to true. Equal to true. Now let's try and run the report output. Here we go. My report, refresh. It's giving me 1208. This is not the correct, right? It should show. Just check this now. 1136. So why I'm getting 1208? Let me see. Here I've said status is successfully completed. Only I get, and here I've given the plan. Let me see, do she has more time offs or what? Because if I'm getting that, there must be some updates on her profile. We'll see that. Again, let me go back to her. Because if I'm getting output, there is something issue, or maybe she have multiple times applied or something related to that. Because what we are doing is we are summing the total of only first section. Let's say in another section, did she has applied? So we have considered this part as a vacation hours. Let me say vacation hours. Filter. This is hours. Shall I check it one more time whether what value it is fetching? I'm just validating that. (1184). Why I'm not getting this 1184? How much I'm getting? Let me see that 1184. Now let me add this. This is 160. No. So I'm just validating why it is not giving me the correct value. Sick is 4 times. So there is something wrong with my calculated field or condition. It seems correct. Time of total unit hours, I'm calculating that. So in my report, I am getting 1208, but actually it should be guys, give me a moment. Let me just check. It is 128. So what is how much should be it is? So how do I validate that? It's sorry. It is 1184 and I am getting 1208. So let's say I'll just say 1184 minus 1208. So minus 24. I'm getting some 24 means 4 types of the leaves which is calculating. And let me see, do I'm calculating. I've got 24. So 24 since 1 is like 8, 16, 3. 3 things I'm getting here. Let me just see. Does it considered sick? (32) no, this is not. Let me see why I'm getting 24 extra. I'll have to just understand that fundamentals first. So again, let me go back to. So what I'm doing. I am actually now doing reverse engineering, checking her account. Why I'm getting 24 extra? Because if I'm getting that means my calculated field is considering something. I'll have to remove that. So I first have to identify now which leave I am considering as a time off. Or did she applied any other leaves or what? So T leave and time leave. Let me see, cancel. No, this is not. So denied. One. No, this is not. Or here also if she has applied or what? Let me just see this. So in a nutshell, she has applied for these many leaves. So now I'm just doing a reverse engineering, just validating. If I'm getting 1026, 1806, why I'm getting? As per condition, we have got everything in place. Guys, give me one more minute. Let me just figure out. Because as far as my calculated field is concerned, I have only considered successful completed and the time off should be vacation time off. Only these two conditions to be satisfied, and here I am getting the sum. Means what system will run? System will take the sum of this condition. Both are true. Means if both the conditions are true, then only it will give me time of unit hours, total of time of unit hours. Let me just change this. If this can change, because this is what will be printed in my output. There is nothing wrong with this field. It says total time of unit hours. I want to total that. This is my condition which I am saying. Okay, just let me change one more thing here. In the ending, I'll select exact match. Let me use this as well. Try one more exact match with the selected. Maybe at times this can be an issue. Now let me just refresh it. If I'm getting 1208, then I'll have to see Logan McNeil. I'll have to drill down to Logan McNeil's profile 1136. Now it has changed, but the value is not 1136. Let me just see. If this is not going to give me, so let me close unwanted tab. Here I'll go. I'll say vacation hours 1128, and I'm getting 1128. Means one more is there. See, now I'm getting closer to it. It should be 1128, and this is 1136. Means 1 hour, one day is getting calculated more. Now, if I wanted to drill down into that, I'll just have to look into Logan's profile and see that. Let me drill down one more time. This is here. I'm not getting the time off, which is not correct. Or did she have applied for anything here? Okay, guys, let me just drill down. So I just have to figure out. I'm like the calculated field is there. I just have to filter that which field is giving me the which did she has applied for any other kind of leave. If I'll get to know that, then I'll be able to give you the exact reason that why it is giving me that value. Because again, if let's say you are the system user, right? So you will stick with that I want that value. Why is I'm not getting? So you if that scenario comes, you have to make sure that you have a valid reason to explain yourself. So let me go back to time off and leave request. This is time off. I am considering time off only. So I have this. I have taken this report. Let me see. Successfully completed. My true or false is also getting successfully completed. It should give me that. Why I'm not getting? I'll first close the unwanted tabs, which is actually creating problems at times. Let me just now get the fresh one. One 1184. Now this time I'm getting 1184. Why this number is every time changing? Refresh. Did someone is applying leave or doing any kind of transactions or what? Earlier it was 1126. Now I'm getting 1184. Did I save this? Let's try one more time. Earlier it was 112. Now it is 180, 1184. Time of type, vacation, reported quantity. Just let me just one more time. I'll take this. This is consuming our time. Request time off. Let's say time off. I should be able to get that because I did this thing earlier, but maybe this is a new release. I'm working on it. Time of plan from accrual, time of plan period schedule, time of plan unit, time of request, time of those are the completed, time of date by date, paid time of. What does this will do? Return the time of request for the worker approved pending the current open pay period. Let me see. Time of entry. No, this will not give me. Guys, one more minute. If not, then I'll not kill time, but I'll need to get that update first. Time of requests. Time of details. I use this, right? CF, TF. Let me use this. Refresh. we use this. This is not giving us the correct value. Mhm. Mhm. Earlier also I've used the same thing. Just a moment. Let me, or else I'll have to look into Logan's profile, because if I'm getting some value, there might be some values which is from the her profile only. CF, TF, USA. See here, this field is also giving me the correct value that this is ours. This true or false is also giving me that this is for time of event, which will give me, let me open this. If I'll have to look into Logan's profile, but as long as calculated field is concerned, this should not be give me the wrong value, because if I look into this, it is clearly updating that, okay, that this is the condition which says absence table or time off. Let me just put try to change this. I don't want think that it is going to work, but let me try that. Instead of time off, let me put time off hours. Mhm. Time off. Let me try one last time, then we'll time of entries. We tried it. This is not time of entry. Return the time of entries for a time. This is not going to suffice my requirement. We try this. If not, then I'll not dig into it, because if I'll dig, it will consume time. See, now this is confusing. Vacation R1, vacation R2 is also there. Is there any other vacation? Let me try this. No. Guys, I'll not, but the thumb rule says we need to follow the same parameter. When I'm created this, I'll just have to look into now Logan's profile and drill down that uh, she has applied, or she might have done something with that. So let me just stick to the earlier calculated rule which we are getting in that. Okay, absence table or time off for a time of event. Hmm. What is the plan name? Okay, so I'll be just precise now. The thumb rule says that we need to follow a parameter wherein we can drill down into the how to achieve a calculated field output. Ah, what happened? I'm not getting anything now. This is time of entry. Okay. Oh, time of entry. I have to consider the wrong one or what? Let me use this. Okay, I've updated in wrong calculated field. That's the reason it is not giving me. I should have updated here. User time of event, total. See now. I did this earlier, but I don't know. Or else I'll have to check her profile. Or else, as an example, we'll look for Ben Adams as well. Just validate from her here that he is getting 400 hours. Let me go back here to time off because 400 is like less, wherein we can validate that. Okay, here I go. Just update this. Ben Adams. Ah, this is days. Oh, we have got hours as well. Eight 82. No, I'm not. This is 882 hours he has applied for vacation. 872. No, I'm not getting. I'm missing something. Something is wrong with this. I did thing earlier. Request time off. This is not. Which calculated field I'm using? I'm using this. Let me refresh it again. Let's give it. I'll just have to correct this out, or else I will not get satisfied. Let me just do this. In the meantime, if you have any questions, prepare with that. We'll continue to Q&A session now, since it has been. We'll cancel all other thing. This is it's like simple. I have done several times, but time of detail, time of completed, time of plan, time of requests. I know that this is reported quantity. Reported quantity is a field which gives the value. Let me see where this has been stored. Now I'll go other way around. This is under time blocks. Okay. This is under time block. Let me just say go back here and here. Let me say time block. Time block for worker. I think now I'll be able to get. Now let me create. See time block worker. It is I'll create one more calculated field. Let me just, sorry about that, guys, but okay.
Manthan, a clarification.
Yeah.
So the leaves which are applied by Logan, is there any overlap in the days? For example, in December, are there 2 leave requests for the same days? Would the system allow that? Is that the discrepancy?
No, system doesn't allow that. But yeah, you have a quantity there. Let's say if Logan applies there, you can say 2, so it will consider 16. That may be also the case. Let's say, okay, let me just try this last option, because yeah, you said correctly. There are instances wherein, let's say I have said that I have a 1 day of leave. Instead of reported quantity, if I'll put 2, my 2 leaves will be going to consider that. For single day, I'll be able to, for single day, I can apply it for 2 leaves. That is there, that could be the case, but let me last try this out. If this works, then we'll be in good shape, and then I'll close this off, because I know there is something wrong with her profile, but let me try that handle with the calculated field. CF,
okay.
TF, this is last attempt, or else what I'll do, I'll drill in Logan's profile and give you the exact result. Why this is showing that number? Because we are getting some number that is there, that system is calculating something. TF, let's say vacation. Let me just try this out last time. Oh. Let me try without any condition. If I'll get the amount quantity, then I'll use this. Let me add one more field here. So this happens actually when we get some sort of report or a calculated field. It looks easy. I think this is not the one. This is something which is dealing with the no. I'll have to drill down to Logan's profile. Means any one employee's profile that what went wrong, because of that we are not getting the correct value. Let me do the things which is earlier it was showing some value, right? 1340. Let me get that, and then guys, you can hop on with your questions. This is gonna take time. This was a bit simple. I don't know what is happening, or maybe
somebody is updating the stuff right now as you're doing this.
Could be, guys. I don't know, because Logan McNeil's profile is like the common profile, which can do that. That can be also the reason. So since I don't know the exact reason, Ragmil did not. But having said that, the overall process which we did remains the same. There is no other way wherein we can get this output in the other way. The steps remains the same, that you can go into the related business object, add your value, add your condition, and get the total of it. Okay, that could be the reason wherein we can work on that part. So just the takeaway from here is like, understand the concept, how to use the related business object, or since again I'll go back to her profile right after the session, and I'll get back to you that what is the reason why it was number was changing, or maybe okay, let me show you page where I told you right how Logan McNeil can apply for a leave wherein the quantity can be double. So let's say I'm on Logan McNeil's profile. Now if she wanted to apply leave, there are multiple ways. I'll go to her profile. Let's say she's applying leave. Enter time off. Oh, I don't have access. I can put time off. Where is one more access will come? Enter time off. This is only view time off. Because my profile doesn't allow me to add time off, or else I would have done that. Let me just see. This is last attempt, or else I'll get back to the reason why it was the numbers was changing every time. See, now number has changed to 1200. Maybe someone is applying, reducing. That is happening. That is the reason. See, now earlier it was 108, 1184. Someone is applying or deleting any applied leave, maybe might have testing, because this environment is available to everyone. So yes, having said that, the approach which we use to get this output, wherein we created a sum related instance, then we have added the condition, and then we have got the output. You see that number is keep on changing. Maybe someone is updating, deleting, doing something, some sort of other thing. That was the reason, and that took our so much of time to get this information. So guys, since this is again with the activity performed on Logan McNeil's profile, that's the reason. See, if I'm now checking vacation requested, it is giving me this value. And if you see, let me just change this. 1184. So requested as, or there is one more approach. Any point in time you feel like you're not able to get this report, now just go to actions. There is another shortcut way. Go to actions. Under reports, you can use this option. Under reports, there is an option called report fields and value. Just click here and see into that. You will get to know that. So now what I've done, I've used the other way around, wherein I don't know where is this data source, from where value I'm getting this. So what I did, I've been to her profile, report and values. I'll get report and value, and there I can filter down out, and I can start creating my report. Guys, any queries or concerns? Parallelly, I'll be doing this. If you have any queries or concerns, we'll work on that part as well.
Manthan, is there any field wherein it shows that the timestamp and the date of some activity that is happening? Like for instance, you told that someone should have been either editing or cancelling, adding leave or cancelling leave request on behalf of Logan. So is there any timestamp where we can check that, if there is an activity done in the last half hour or so?
You can directly go to the Logan's audit trail. So audit trail is a report wherein each activity that is being performed on Logan McNeil's profile are being updated there. You can get it from there. Okay. Now I'll tell you the audit trail also. So there are different kinds of audit report which gives you what kind of activity, who performed activity, and worker history is also a place, because this adding time off, removing time off is a process of business process. So if you go to the worker history, you will get the list. If any transaction is being updated onto her profile, then you can get that. Let me show you. Just let me get this output first. A kind of shortcuts wherein we'll directly able to understand where the 8 is coming, which time of plan we have to took. Because if you see this Logan McNeil profile, there are multiple time off plans which are being associated with employees profile. So because of testing, everyone is going to test in real time scenario. When we'll be working on project, there are no vacation for 10 vacation type for one employee. One vacation type is associated with one employee. In that scenario, that's what I said. I use the same fundamentals while creating in my tenant. I have never got such issue. Since here, if you see Logan's profile, there are multiple leaves which may be using same plan, but the name is different. Kind of that could be the reason which I am suspecting here. But again, if I wanted to do so, I'll have to really drill down to her profile and get into that. So just let me get this output. I'll tell you how you can check what all activities are being performed on Logan McNeil. So there is a simple task called audit trail for person. Just run that report, give Logan McNeil's name. Any activities performed on Logan McNeil you will get with the users, whether if I've removed, added, anything that you can get that. Let me duplicate it parallelly. I'll run that audit report as well. So there is a report called audit trail, which is we can get the audit trail for any transaction. Audit trail. See, audit trail security, find audit trail, view users or task or objects audit trail. So if I wanted to look for Logan McNeil, I'll just put her name. Okay, I'll give the date range. Let's say I'll take the less date so that, okay, we are experiencing from here. So let's give that and run. We'll see that how many activities we can also put the task also. But here in this report, we can get what all activities are being performed for Logan McNeil. So let this take time. In the meantime, we'll see whether I'm getting this output or not. Okay, the safest way, if you're not getting any business object, better go to profile, under reported content, under report section, click on that report, values and field. You will get list of all the fields which are under Logan McNeil. Again, it is also taking time. In the meantime, any queries, since both the reports are running parallelly, we can happy to discuss on the question and answer part. Or anybody has experienced any other kind of activity or any interview questions, or while practicing you come across any issue, because I think even you guys are using the same tenant, you can ask me that.
Yeah, Manthan, one question I had from the last week that I was asked in one of the interview. It was related to a security question. So the scenario was like a manager or a teammate, he had an access to a particular task a day before, and he wants to do the same task today, and he comes and logs in, he doesn't have that access. So what is the reason? How do you go about and check that? And why do you think the access has been removed just in a day's time? Because considering that Workday security, you can't just mess with it, right? Like within a day, how the access has gone. So that was a scenario, and how do you go about, and what is the solution you propose? So
the first thing which I suspect here is maybe he might have promoted. Okay, but yeah, manager means a role-based security group. Let's say he says that. You can see here it has got these many attempts. So entry moment task, view detail if I wanted to see. So these are all the transactions which are happened on Logan McNeil's profile. So this report you can use to validate what all activities are being performed for her. Okay. Now coming back to your questions, if again we'll drill down to it, we'll lose the track. Now let's say you got to know that since let's say Logan is the manager itself. Okay. Her access was yesterday, her access was there. Now she is unable to perform some activity. So you go to her profile. So yes, if you wanted to do, you have to compare the access, right? What was the earlier access? Now what has happened to her profile? Now he's saying that he was able to perform some access. Now he's unable to do. We'll stick to the same question. Now if I wanted to do so, I'll go here. First, let me check her access for today. So what I'll do, I'll go to her actions. Then under security, okay, manager is a role-based security group. So I'll say view role assignment for worker position. First, I'll use today's date to check what is her access for now. So if I say that, okay, she has got these many access. So in real-time scenario, this will not be the case. But let's say that she has got these many access, 1926. This is as of today. And I'll also check the same report by changing the date. That, okay, in one day her access got revoked. So let me see whether on 5th, what was her access. So I'll say on 5th, I've given the effect. This is the first R&D which you can do. Check the role assignment based on your effective date. Now here in the effective date, if there is change to any security, you will get the thing. So let me run this report again with effective date 5th of March. Here it says 12256 and let me duplicate it. Okay, here it says on 5th of March, she was having 1225 items. In real time scenario, this will not be the count, but I am giving you how to go ahead with this. Okay, this is on 5th of March. Again, I'll change the date. I know that this is for 5th of March, so I'm not gonna, this is for 5th of March. So let me go back here, change the date for effective date today. Okay, we'll see the count. So this is the first approach we should follow when we say that there is a change in security. Now, if you see here, it says on 7th of March, she has got 1296. Means when she was on 5th, her access has been tempered. No, tempered is not correct one, means she has got more access. In your case, you have loosened the access. Okay, it is reverse. But this report will give you an idea that, okay, so what you'll do, you'll first compare. Okay, let's say that I'm comparing this. If I want to compare, I'll compare this. But let me say you found out that partner secure as this absence partner was being removed for that. So now if you wanted to see this, you'll go to this role. And again, audit trail is very common report, which will give you that what all activities happened on absence partner. So let's say I'm drilling into that. I'll put the date range. I know the date range that something has happened between 5th and 7th. So I'll give the date range. And here in audit trail, I'll get an output that, okay, so-and-so person has removed the access or so-and-so person has given the access. You got it?
Okay.
So you got it, right?
Yeah. But how did you compare? Like, how do we compare, Manthan? It's just that you put it in Excel and then do it, or how do we compare?
In real-time scenario, if a manager will hardly have 3 or 4 organizations access. So you can, since this is
compare it with eye to eye. Okay.
So in real-time scenario, no one will have, because if you see her profile, same access she might have with 10 times. Let me just show you that. Let me drill down. See, this unwanted access, which is not required. So since this is a training environment, what is happening? If I'll create one access, if Logan McNeil is a super user, she'll automatically get it. So the count is increasing with that. But in real-time scenario, let me say, I know that there is one more employee, Taylor. Let me just check with the Taylor. Jack Taylor. Okay, let me go back to her profile. I know that Jack Taylor is not that famous, so people are not going to trouble his access. So now let me see what access he has. So again, I'll go to security. There is role assignment for worker position. Okay, let's say I'm looking out for today's date. See, this will be the real-time scenario that Jack Taylor has only 4. You change the date and you'll see, okay, he has got 4 access, whether now he is having the access to 4 organizations or not. In that scenario, we'll be able to view that. You got it?
Okay. Yeah. So when do we go to view security for securable item and all that? Because when they come up, there are some reports like that as well, right?
Okay, I'll tell you. That is not with the question which you asked. This is the approach which you can follow. Okay.
Okay.
Securable items will give me, let's say you are saying Jack Taylor is not able to apply leave for his profile or for his reportees. If that is the case, you have to go to that domain then. That is a different domain. So let me drill down. I think okay, let me understand your concept of everybody's on security, because security is a thing which no one will give you directly. If you guys are more interested onto the security, so we can have only a dedicated session which will only deal with security. Shall I do this way? Everyone is okay with that? Dedicated only with security.
Yeah, Manthan, yes. Because most of the interviews they did ask more on security also for me. So like 4 or 5 questions.
I'll tell you
So
why.
yeah.
I'll tell you why security. Because security is a concept wherein you won't be able to give an access directly. Let's say you got a project. Once you got a project, you will not be asked to work directly on security, because security is very, very important part of the Workday application. If anything goes wrong, anything can be messed up. So security, people ask questions on security because that is very, no one is like, most of all the consultants are not focused on security. So as an interview, I'll see if you work on security, everything can be achieved. So that is the reason the questions for security increases, because all the consultants will not get an opportunity to work on security. Okay. If everyone is okay, tomorrow we'll work on the document segment based security group. How to like, there is one more interview question. Since you have asked me about the security, what question I ask is like a general question. You can try about that. Let's say I have a document category. Let's say, let me go back to Jack Taylor. I'll go to his profile. Then all my documents are under personal data. And here are my documents. Okay. There is only one kind of document. Let me add one more document. And since I have test file on my desktop, so this is test. And now you see here document, these are the categories. Now my requirement is, since if you see these categories, there are different categories, company related, compensation, benefit. Now I am saying the employee who are having HR partner access can only see benefits and compensation. Now see my requirement. This is a kind of assignment for you guys. I am saying I have HR partner. My HR partner can only see any data which is being loaded as a benefit and compensation. Any data which is being loaded as benefits and compensation can be viewed. This is my right. See, if I say this, if I click on add, let me add a test file. Okay, if I add it here, document category, there are these many categories. Means again, these categories are critical information. So I say HR partner can only view benefit and compensation type of category. HR partner should not view any other document whether they have access or not. This is the kind of question which I ask for any, because this is associated with security. Again, segment based security group is untouched security, means most of security person will not work on this part. The two basic security groups are role based security group and user based security group. So people know this fundamental, but apart from this, there are intersection security group, which is the high importance. If I say I want only a location specific HR partner to be there, so I'll use the same fundamentals but assign on the location part. That is again a different story, but this is just kind of assignment for everyone. If you guys come back with this thing, then tomorrow we'll discuss something else, or we'll stick with the security concept for the entire session. Is it okay?
Yes, Manthan, works for me. Yeah. So when he said that, okay, how come in a day like the security can change, and what could be the reason? So what should we answer for that?
First thing, see, as in security changes, you are not a god that you'll automatically understand. We'll say this is the initial R&D which I'll do. I'll work on the worker position report, which will give me the clear-cut idea that, okay, on 5th, he was having 10 access. On 7th, he has got 8 access. So you got to know that, okay, these 2 access have changed. Obviously, if there is a, like, if I'm not able to access something, obviously there is a change in my security. So first you have to identify what changes. If you have to change, you have to come back with a solution that who changed, right? You cannot say that, okay, there is a change. Who changed? So if you say who, how you can drill down that? Let's say you got to know that there is one security absence partner. Let's say you got to know that absence partner security roles is being revoked for manager's profile. Now your question will drill down that who did that? That there is again a audit. There is an audit trail. Or the other approach. I'll tell you one more question, which is a common audit trail security. Or there is one more report. There are multiple reports available on security. Or I'll tell you one more thing. If you see this report, sorry, security is focused on worker's position. Let's say I have got promoted. Yesterday I was having a manager, not promoted, my position got changed. My position changed. In that also, your access will be revoked. You're getting it what I'm saying? Earlier, I was as a lead consultant. On 9th, I'm working as senior lead consultant. What has happened? My position changed. Security is security. Where does security has? Security is focused on position. If my position changes, my access will also get changed. This is another approach. But the scene is like, so it is, the thumb rule says, okay, even this is a scenario, you will be able to see into the position report. Just now we saw that security position. You can get that. Okay.
Okay, Manthan. And there was one more thing which was again asked on security was like if you are a support consultant and you have given some integrations to be launched and you are trying to search that, like when you go to launch, you have to prompt the integration name, right? And the prompt, your integration is not showing up.
Okay.
So what is the reason? How do you go about? So that's also related to security, right?
Yeah,
you're not assigned to run the like you are not an ISU, so you cannot run, and you are not assigned to a security group, integration security group. That's why you don't have that.
First thing is like, since you are running an integration, so you need to be associated with user-based security group, which says integration administrator. So first thing, let's say you have integration administrator, then too you are not able to do so. Now, if you don't, you say any integration, when you say, let's say EIB. EIB is nothing but a process of business process. So if you are not able to do so, then you have to down into the business process. Let's say you are running an integration on personal information. You want to give access to personal information. So you go to BP called personal information. I'll tell you how it is dealing with, how this deals with that. So go to personal information BP. I'll go here. Okay. Now there is one section called business process security policies. Okay. Let me proxy as Logan, because I'm not getting that access, business process policy. So Logan has got super user access. So let me proxy as Logan. So I'll tell you, if you're not getting that, so you don't have access on web service enabled for business process. That is the one reason. Like the first thing could be that let me go back to BP : personal information. Okay, this is my BP. I'll go to the related action. See, I've got this task called view. So let me view the business process security policy. If you see here, there are something which is associated with web service. If you don't have access to web service, you will not get launch option. You can try this out. If you don't have access to web service means anything which deals with your data migration from here to there, or from here to some third party to a like integration. So if you don't have access to this web service under personal information, you won't be able to run this integration. You do whatever, you have integration administrator, then also you'll be not be able to do that. So you have to see whether under business process security policies, do you have access under this web service option. If you don't have, then you will not get launch option. You can create integration because you have integration administrator access. But if you're not able to launch or run, then you need to have access to these web services. Getting it? Because when you say ISU is not any security group. It is a dedicated user which is not there, physically not there. So you cannot get yourself ISU. ISU is like system will run that integration automatically. So understand the fundamentals of ISU. What does an ISU do? Let's say now after 1 month you leave the organization. If you are the owner of that integration, your integration will fail. So to avoid that failure, we create integrated system user, integration system user, so that whosoever leave the organization, my integration will run. That is the thing. So ISU is not assigned to any individual. If you wanted to manually run integration or launch, you should have access to web service. If you don't have web service, you won't be able to run that integration, whatever you do. Got it?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Any other queries? Since it is a security thing, I think we should have a dedicated session for this.
Manthan, in the security thing, like, do we have, do we have a field where end date validity is mentioned? Like, for instance, if an employee is joining the company, say for one particular role, he is only given validation of, say, 3 months. So after the 3-month period, is there an end date where we can see that, we can only mention it for 3 months, so that on the 4th month, start of the day, he will not be having access to that particular role?
No. Like, again, it depends upon your event, which event you are triggering. Let's say he is discontinuing. Okay. Let's say he is a contractor and after 4th month, he's no longer with the system. So as long as his termination has been executed, when you
Hello?
Manthan, we can't hear you.
sorry about that, guys. My Wi-Fi got restarted, so I got disconnected. Coming back to your question. So when like any security thing comes, you have to deal or give a scenario wherein, so we should understand. So in your case, if I'm saying I want to change or end the security, how system will understand? There has to be some event. What all can event be? I can update somebody's request when I'm hiring. So hiring is not gonna do it here. If I'm promoting someone, means change job. If I'm using change job activity, then I can say that, or else I can terminate or end contract. So these are the event where I can actually go ahead and change the security of an employee, or else I can go back to manual and I can do that. So if system, you want system to be automate, then either of these three can be higher. So higher is negligible because we are talking about existing employee. Secondly, we should promote him via change job, or thirdly, we can terminate him. If from these events means, or demote him, any kind of staffing event, if I'm considering, then only system will go ahead and change the security depending upon your roles and requests. You're getting it? But yes, there has to be initiation. Without initiation, system will no longer automatically remove the access. Got it?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah, so any initiation should be happen. Guys, should we conclude the session? Because it's been late, because it's been, I promised that we'll take till 9:30 my time, but we have exceeded. If everyone is okay with that, we'll have like a full session based on the security itself. So okay,
Sure,
okay.
Manthan, yeah. It would be helpful, yeah.
Yeah, if you are not comfortable with that, you guys can ping me one-on-one onto Zoom that, okay, I need something else, or considering that, we'll see into that. If I get major crowd is like agreeing to the security concept, then we'll take a deep dive, and the question which I have said, I'll do that. So we'll look into domain security policies. Then I'll prepare one small PPT for you guys to understand the entire framework of security. Okay. So guys, I'm concluding this session for the day. We'll connect and we'll see how it works for us. Okay. So have a great day ahead and see you guys tomorrow. And we'll, okay, let me see, one person have chatted.